Jimmy walked into the presidential palace of Mauritania in the city of Nouakchott. It was old. It had cracks in the walls, leaking water pipes and wires that were exposed to the outside. Many of the lights weren't working. It looked like it had no upkeep since the time it was built.
Stop right there.
A soldier guarding the palace raised his rifle at Jimmy.
I'm Jimmy McLyle.
Who?
Jimmy McLyle, the president gave me access to the government.
I never heard of no Jimmy McLyle.
He didn't tell you?
Mr. Jimmy, I got a rifle pointed to your face. You're going to have to give me a lot more than words to get access here.
The president granted me access.
The soldier started laughing.
Mr. Jimmy, I can tell you're not from here. Words don't grant you access. Money does.
Well, I paid the president a hefty amount of money.
I'm the one with the gun towards your face. Outside the building you want access to, not the president. How about my hefty amount of money?
Okay, just let me reach in my pocket.
Jimmy reluctantly took his wallet out and handed the guard a bundle of cash. The guard casually flipped through the dollar bills.
Welcome to Nouakchott, Mr. McLyle. Take as much time as you want inside.
The soldier walked away from Jimmy towards the outside of the building. Jimmy had the idea of running Mauritania to try and make it a better society, to rid it of corruption, and he already bribed someone on his first encounter. Jimmy sighed. He was starting to think this whole endeavor was a bad idea. Alex was sprinting away from the scene, his heart pounding, adrenaline shooting through his veins. Chaos took over the street, people screaming, others dispersing, sirens blaring over what had just taken place. Alex kept running through the back alley until he found the van awaiting him.
Hurry, get in.
Alex quickly hopped in the back of the van.
Alex!
Paul chased after Alex in the back alley, but he was too late. The van was already driving away from the scene. Alex looked back at Paul through the window as they were driving away.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Josh, the whole crowd ran away screaming from the scene. Of course I did it.
Are you sure he's dead?
It doesn't matter. The message was sent.
Don't drive too fast. We cannot draw any attention to ourselves.
The van was pulling out of the back alley onto the streets of Washington, but it was flooded with crowds of people.
We can't go through here.
What?
There's too many people. We would have to run them all over.
Someone was chasing us on foot just now. He could still be looking for us. We have to move.
We can't move without running over all of these people. We have to wait until we find an opening.
What about the man chasing us?
When he comes around, shoot the fucker.
What?
You heard what I said. Shoot him. You got the gun and you just shot a politician. Some random guy shouldn't be much for you now.
Josh, we can't be shooting innocents. We're not a terrorist group.
It's for the cause. Do it, Alex. You're a part of us now.
Alex looked out the rear window of the van and pointed the gun towards that direction. He was anticipating Paul to come around the corner. Alex didn't want to hurt Paul. He liked him. He had his back when no one else did, but he's a part of a new group now. Alex nervously held the gun in its position. He waited and waited.
Fuck it!
Sarah decided to slowly merge into the rushing crowd on the street.
What are you doing?
Alex was relieved. For some reason, the idea of getting caught by the authorities was a lot less frightening than being forced to shoot Paul. The van was moving at the same pace as the crowd. It was slow. Alex looked out the rear window and saw the military was charging through the crowd with their vehicles.
We got a problem. They're coming. The military.
They're going at the same pace we're going at.
No. They're ramming through the crowds. They're going to catch up to us.
God damn it. All right, everybody out.
What? We're not even close to the rendezvous point.
We'll have to make it there on foot. Let's go.
What about the van?
No time for that. Come on.
The group opened the car doors and started running through the crowds of rushing people on the street, leaving the van behind. Dan and his fellow associates in Washington were watching the news underground at the Capitol building.
Breaking news. Reports have been confirmed that Robert Ziegler has been shot. We do not know of his current condition or who the perpetrator was at the moment.
The Monkey King. They did this. We don't know for sure yet. We'll find out soon enough. We got SWAT teams and the military in the streets looking for the bastard that did this. They'll find them.
The room was filled with panic. Ringing phones and distinct talking in the background filled the room with a certain buzz that concerned Dan.
Has the president responded yet?
No, we're still waiting for more information.
What about the videos? Ziegler was just talking to the press about the whistleblower. There should be multiple cameras in the area.
Why were there so many cameras there in the first place?
You didn't hear about the report that came out? Some lady named Megan from the Bill Shea Show found out that the Monkey King had government agents influencing the group.
Really? How come I haven't heard of this?
Dan pointed to the television.
Because of this, what happened shortly after took all the attention away from the report. I'll tell you what. For the government, the assassination of Robert Ziegler couldn't have come at a better time.
Jimmy entered the office of the Mauritanian president. It was empty. Jimmy toured around the office, looking at old maps, paintings, and photos on the walls.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Are you Jimmy McLeod?
that is me.
The woman walked up to Jimmy and stuck out her hand.
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. McLeod.
Likewise. And who are you?
My name is Mariam. The president informed us of your dealings.
Who did he inform?
The cabinet, guards, military.
Wait, a guard just pointed a gun to my face because he didn't know who I was and only allowed me access if I gave him money like 10 minutes ago.
You were robbed.
No. He was guarding this place. I told him of the deal and he claimed to have no knowledge of it and forced me to give him money for access. And now you just told me that he already knew who I was.
Oh well, I guess he got you then.
He got me?
He tricked you. You fell for it. I don't know what to tell you.
So my own guard stole my money by threatening me with a gun to my head? I might be the first person to ever pay a guard to put his own life in danger.
I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have bribed him.
I didn't bribe him. He robbed me.
Right. But you paid him to give you access to the president's office.
No. I paid the president to give me access to his office in the country, and apparently he already knew that and just took my money anyway.
Well, Mr. McLeod, you technically control an entire country by simply bribing the president.
You don't seem to be too happy about it.
You're bribing the president of Mauritania to control the country. Corruption is the source of all poverty, and you're just adding to it.
Yes, your president gave me full access to this country, and for that I'm thankful, but I'm not here to drain the country of its value for myself. I'm actually here to help it.
Bribing politicians don't help countries.
Mariam, you want power to go to the people, right?
Yes, of course. Not like in communism.
Right, like more in a true democracy terms. Do you know why that hasn't happened before? Because no recent politician has had that much power. The only way to give the power to the people is to take all of it in the first place. I basically bought out your president for this country, for the entire country, and I will give the entire country to the people.
How are you going to do that?
I have a plan, but first I need you to give me every detail I should know about this country.
Alex was weaving his way through the crowd. He completely lost track of Josh and Sarah and was on his own, but he knew where he had to be. After fighting his way across the street to the sidewalk, he walked along the sidewalk to turn into the next street. Alex started to run with the crowd. He was getting closer to the turn, but suddenly multiple army vehicles appeared from the street Alex was planning on taking. Soldiers spilled out of the vehicles and into the street, arresting anyone's sight. Alex noticed that every person they were arresting were young men around his age. They were on to him. Alex quickly turned around and started running the opposite direction from the army and where he was supposed to go. But there was a problem. The military was closing in from the other direction. The crowd was closed in. Alex had to escape, but there were no alleys. Alex looked around for an exit. He noticed all the stores were boarded it up with plywood. Alex went to the nearest store and began punching the plywood to break it open, but with no prevail. He then began stomping on the plywood, finally breaking through to the other side. Alex crawled through wood into the store. It was dark.
Don't move.
The lights turned on. The store owner was pointing his shotgun at Alex.
Get the fuck out of here now.
Sir, I'm just trying to walk through the other side of this store. I promise I won't steal anything.
Get out or I'll blast you in your chest.
I will, but I want you to tell me something. Why did you board this store up?
What?
There was a festival on the street. That's the best time for business for stores like this. Why did you board it up?
Do you not see what's happening outside? Are you stupid?
That just happened because someone was murdered. That's why the military's here right now.
Alex just realized how quickly the military responded to the murder and how unusual that was, considering they were being deployed in the inner city.
How did you board up your store so quickly? How come every store did?
Alex looked around and noticed that there were no products or inventory inside the store.
How did you know?
Know what?
How did you know this chaos was going to happen?
I'm warning you. I'll shoot you if you don't get out of my store.
Who told you?
Alex heard the army now closing in near his location.
Get out!
Alex lunged toward the store owner, knocking him on his back. He pulled his gun out and placed it underneath the owner's chin.
How did you know, huh? Tell me.
My friend, he works in the force as an officer, police officer. He told me to lock up. He told me something was going to happen at the festival. I told the other store owners nearby. I swear that's it. I swear it.
Alex overheard the soldiers just outside the store.
What the hell? There's a hole in this plywood. Someone broke in here.
Help! Help! Someone's in here!
The soldiers were now breaking open the plywood to crawl through. Alex left the owner on the ground and rushed out the backside. He continued to run down the back alley, trying to make it to the nearest checkpoint. He heard the men breaking the plywood and entering the store. Alex had no time to strategize. He just had to keep running. Dan stood watching the news that was taking place at the underground compound. He was still in disbelief. It was only earlier in the day when it seemed like Dan was about to be in a long battle against Robert Ziegler, and now that same man was shot and could be dead. Jason was sitting down. He looked unreasonably giddy, as if he was forcing himself to not smile.
You okay, Jason?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just so crazy. I'm almost in disbelief. Ma, I'm going to go and grab some coffee.
Jason was at the coffee table. He was approached from behind by two larger men. It was Ziegler's henchmen.
Don't think that this changes anything.
He might die. I owe him nothing.
You think Ziegler is the guy at the top. He's a puppet no different than you. The man above Ziegler gave him the orders, and now that Ziegler's not here, he gives us the orders directly. They have all the records of you, Jason. They know shit about you that you don't even know yet. Remember your objective. Dan is in this room, right now.
I can't cuddle up to him right now. He's probably not in the mood. The whole city is panicking.
Get it done soon.
Two cops were just outside from where Ziegler was shot.
Who saw what happened?
He was shot.
Yeah, no shit. How did he get shot?
A gun was pointed at him and it fired a bullet.
Are you trying to be stupid, or are you just being a fuckhead?
Both. I'm being a stupid fuckhead.
Hey, we can't fight. We have to find the shooter.
Paul was intervening between the two police officers.
What are you doing here, Paul? You were suspended, remember?
Yes, I remember. Just because I had to turn in my badge and gun doesn't mean I had to turn in my eyeballs too. I saw what happened.
Okay, then what happened?
The reporters were surrounding Ziegler, and then someone screamed. There was a small group of people surrounding something like in a circle.
There was a circle and screaming.
It was a woman screaming and a man yelling, "I don't know what happened," because there were people in the way. But the reporters and Ziegler's security went to check it out, which then the culprit shot Ziegler and got away.
We heard that same story from the other witnesses. Is that all you saw? Did you see the shooter?
Paul was thinking to himself. Not only did he saw the shooter, he knew the shooter. But he didn't want to give Alex up. Knowing what the federal agent told him in his basement made him more sympathetic to him.
No, I didn't. He had a male stature, probably just a little under 6 feet.
Listen, I'm sure we'll get witnesses soon. It was in a crowded place, for God's sake.
What about the people at the scene?
What people?
The people that were encircling the commotion right before the shooting. You said that you talked to other witnesses that also saw those people gathering around.
Yeah, we can't find them.
What?
I know, we looked all over the area and even blocked everyone in the street for questioning, but we can't find them. It's like they disappeared.
So it's corruption?
Yes, that is the case for most African countries. The politicians are too corrupt to help the people. Our landscape is mostly desert, so there isn't a lot of resources, and the little resources we have, the profits go straight into the pockets of the previous leaders.
So the first thing I should do then is to make sure the money trickles down to the workers?
You're the billionaire Mr. McLeod. You were confident enough to buy our country. You would think you have the confidence to run it.
Well, I can't run the country if I don't get insight. All I know is that the previous leaders are corrupted. Well, that's fixed because they're not here anymore. 90% of this place is desert, so it's not a resource-based country, yet somehow the highest contributor to the economy is mining and fishing.
Yes, and because of the landscape, it is hard for our agriculture to flourish.
Okay, what else besides the economy?
There's a lot more problems in the economy.
Believe me, I don't doubt that. But what about education or health?
Our literacy rate is 54%. Infant mortality is higher than most, but yet we have a growing population, and we also have slaves.
You have slaves?
Technically, we abolished slavery, but because of the corruption, it still exists.
Okay, now I know the first thing I'm gonna do.
No,
Excuse me?
you can't punish the slave owners yet. If you do that, then the slaves will have nowhere to go. So then they'll just die on the streets. Fix the economy first. Then, when you crack down on slavery, the freed slaves can survive.
Okay, I'm going to invest in the smelters, refineries, and some sort of fabrication plants. We can't just rely on exporting raw materials. This way we'll create more jobs and revenue. Next, we'll invest in small independent fishing businesses. One to gather and the other to preserve. We can't let the foreign countries outfish the country.
We don't have that much money to invest.
No, but I do. I got money hidden around the world, not just in the U.S.
All right, next, I'll tell you about the school system.
Not now. I forgot to do something really important.
What could you be doing that is more important than working on the education system here?
I'm writing the Constitution.
Jason sat beside Dan in the compound.
Pretty crazy.
I still can't believe it.
Me neither. Although between you and me, I didn't really like the guy. But still, you never want to see them get murdered.
Of course not.
Doesn't matter if he was a prick.
Dan said nothing. He just blankly stared at the television.
You know, Dan, the reason why I'm talking to you right now is that I actually want to endorse you for your run in Congress, and I would like to be a part of it.
Do you mean that, Jay?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? I think your policies are what we need to drive this country forward.
Jay, you approved the blockade that I strongly opposed, and that was like a day ago. And now you want to join my campaign? Is this really because you believe in my policies, or is it because I'm in the lead right now in the next election for my seat?
I'm not going to lie. Yes, you leading does play a factor in my decision, but after what we saw today, Ziegler getting shot, it is clear that this is a response to the blockade and the government invasion of the inner city. Dan, my ass is on the line, too. What if they know I'm one of the members that approved that blockade? I could get shot next. This needs to stop, and you're the only guy that can stop it. Listen, I'll be your most loyal member. If you say jump, the only reason I would respond is to ask how high. Whatever you need, Dan. And I know you need allies, because there are powerful people you will be going up against.
Let me on your team, and I will prove to you that I am your right-hand man.
Paul was running around looking for his old police captain. Now that the army has the civilians trapped downtown, it was crowded. Everyone in the crowd felt like they were suffocating under the pressure.
Do not panic. We need to evaluate each person in the area to make sure they are not the suspected shooter. Afterwards, you can leave to your homes.
The crowd started booing.
Calm down! Silence!
The boos grew louder. One of the soldiers surrounding the border of the crowd was hit with a shoe from the crowd. He and other the guardsmen grabbed their batons and started beating a random civilian from the crowd. More people rushed towards the guard. Yelling and screaming started to burst out from both sides. One of the guards pulled a member behind the army and started beating them. The other members of the crowd now were attacking the other guards in response. Each side pushing and shoving, cursing and threatening, punching and kicking. It was chaos. Dan tried to get between the two to stop the fighting. The crowd ducked their heads. Paul saw one of the civilians laying face down in the road dead.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you that fucking stupid?
Paul, enough.
It was the captain of Paul's police department.
Thank God, Captain. I need to speak with you.
Unfortunately, that won't happen tonight, Paul.
Two soldiers approached Paul and apprehended him.
What the hell? What the hell is this for?
Paul, you are under arrest.
Alex felt like he was running for hours. He had to stop and take a break. He looked behind him and saw no sign of anyone chasing him. While standing, he placed his hands on his knees to catch his breath. He was close to the checkpoint. He decided to walk. He was nearing the border of the inner city. It was dark. No lights were present. This was a sign that Alex was close to the inner city.
Psst.
Alex turned his head. It was Josh.
Were you followed? I was, but I lost them. Where's Sarah?
Don't know. We all split apart once we left the van.
Alex and Josh heard footsteps from the darkness.
Who's there?
It's me.
Jesus, Sarah, didn't you hear us talking? Don't be so sneaky next time.
How are you guys doing?
We're fine.
The rest of the crew make it?
They should. They had a head start.
Even with a head start, they could have gotten caught. The army surrounded the area right after the shooting.
What the hell was that about? Why did they just come out of nowhere? It was like they were waiting for us.
It doesn't matter at this point. We made it out.
The three snuck their way back into the inner city. They found their vehicle and drove the rest of the way to the Monkey King headquarters. Alex was expecting a round of applause once they entered the compound with the other Monkey King members, but there was silence. Everyone was silent.
What's going on? What happened?
I'm assuming you didn't watch any of the news since your operation.
Of course not. We had no time.
Is it on right now?
Yeah. But it's only talking about our assassination of Robert Ziegler. They don't know it was us yet, nor have they indicated to the public it was us yet.
So what's the big deal? We expected it to be on the news.
Something else came on the news earlier today, but everyone forgot about because of Ziegler.
What was it?
Here, we recorded it.
One of the Monkey King members turned on the TV and put on the recording of the news earlier in the day.
A breaking report came out today from The Bill Shea Show. An interview from the Monkey King was released. This is the first public interview of the terrorist group since its creation. However, the report continues. It is confirmed that a significant amount of members of the Monkey King actually work for the United States government, spying and influencing them to commit terrorist acts, so the government can use it as an excuse to further oppress the citizens of the inner city. The woman who released this report on the Bill Shea Show was tragically murdered after the release due to a carjacking. So long story short, Caroline, this report is stating that it is confirmed that there are government spies within the Monkey King who are pretending to be a part of the group while secretly working for the U.S. government.
Correct.
The TV turned off. The silence remained. Each Monkey King member stood still and looked at each other in suspicion as the silence continued on.